All right, hey guys, happy hump day. All right, so here we are with our Elena Fairchild Sacred Rebel Oracle deck and Plain Jane Tarot deck. So now we've got both decks, okay? You know how this does it. We've been doing it for a couple days now, so let's shuffle the Oracle deck. I did shuffle them a few times before I did the video, but we'll shuffle them again so you guys know. There we go, shuffle. Okay. And the tarot deck, do the same thing, shuffle them. These are littler, so I can do them over here. Alright, and so there is the tarot cards. Alright, so we pick up our Oracle deck. Again, face down in your hand, your other hand face down. Again, why do we do this? Points of power. Alright, so now that your points of power are connected, okay, now that you have your points of power connected, this is where mentalism comes in, guys, that I spoke about yesterday. We want to mentally vision a communication line between us and the gods, the entities, the guardian angels, the overseers, or our ancestors, whatever you want to call them. I choose to call them ancestors or gods. So, connection points. All right. And then you just mentally focus. Mentally visualize that telecommunication line shooting out through space, connecting to the planets of the gods, or to the planets where your ancestors are, or where your guardian angels are, whichever one. Okay. I come to consult the cards. I come to ask how my day may be. This is my will, so mote it be. Alright. Simple as that. I come to consult the cards to see how my day will be. This is my will, so mote it be. Alright? Now if I can just remember, that would be good. Alright. Take your deck. Split it. Wherever it splits, it's going to split. It's just that. Don't have to take time and think about it. Just split. Take the card. Okay? Bam. Put it down. Bam. We put our cards away, back in the box where they're safe. And then we take our tarot cards and do the same thing. Wherever they split, they're going to split. Bam. Alright? Bam. Alright. Put our tarot cards down. Safe. So now we've got both cards, right? Now we look to see what the oracle is. What is our oracle, or say my oracle, for today? Focus on the light. Okay, and that's number 37. So 37, 7 and 3, that's 10. So 1 plus 0 is 1. So 1. Beginnings, new beginnings. Focus on the light, new beginnings. Alright, so then we take our book, put our eyes on because, you know, grandpas need their glasses. 37, let's see here. Focus on the light. A tremendous force of light is gathering around you. It is attracted to the purity of your intention, to create from your heart. As your intention grows, so does the light. As the light grows, so does your intention. Magic wants to happen for you now. The synchronicity, I keep talking to you about synchronicity and the mind and the past. Okay. Perfect timing, opportunities, and information that are needed will seem to be drawn right to your door. You may start to feel as if you cannot walk outside without stumbling into something helpful, wonderful, and inspiring. You might be startled as this interplay of light with your heart evokes many new successes and attracts an abundance of opportunities your way. You may need to adjust as the field of light grows stronger and its effects become more palpable. palpable. It may bring rather dramatic improvements to your world. You may be uncomfortable or feel out of your depth with these changes. This would be understandable, but it would be a shame for you to hold on to that resistance for anything more than a brief moment. Any resistance or fear will inhibit the continuing free flow of the light so that it can manifest its beauty through you in the physical world where it is needed. It is best to stay focused on your pure heart and intentions. Just allow all else to happen as if it's one accord, without making it mean anything too personal. Simply let it be the workings of the great light of love, flowing through a pure heart and touching the world. Even if the light that is drawn to you and flows through you has some dazzling effects, you don't have to get caught up in it. Doing so might start you worrying that you are unworthy or that you are unable to keep up. This worry will constrict possibilities rather than allowing the free flow of the light. You have permission simply to be appreciative of the light and to enjoy it as you continue to focus on what really matters, the pure intention of your heart and your desire to create. If you are not sure what this means or how it would look on a practical level, consider this example. A service-oriented business becomes very successful financially and gains considerable commercial power, which can be used to help promote its message or assist other organizations in gathering exposure to the public. Of course, that power could be used in less pure ways, such as boosting personal ego rather than promoting the agenda of the heart. Power games and politics might start erupting as the people grab for their share, and suddenly the purity of the project begins to crumble. Sometimes success can be like a powerful mirror and a shining searchlight as it shows up what was already within someone or a group of people. Under the spotlight of success, it is more intense, amplified, and obvious. This can give us an opportunity to sow the seeds of our own destruction or to work on what arises from a heart-centered perspective to create a firmer foundation that supports even greater attainment. How would that work in this example? By returning attention to the heart of why the business was started in the first place. It is wise to maintain focus on the pure, original motivation for the work rather than shifting course to focus on the money or influence. The latter are not bad, per se, but they are a rather different vibration, focused on personal gain rather than heart-centered contribution. When focus shifts from the heart, the underlying energy of any creative project can become contaminated with lower vibrational forces such as fear, which is behind greed, for example. If this is not rectified, that business or creative project will begin to change. It will lose its luster of its original purpose that made it so attractive and magnetic to the light. Its continued ability to grow as a light in the world is diminished. It may end up becoming just another corporate machine, successful according to more conventional measures or not. The genuine heart-centered success that creates a win-win field of energy for all involved can only be attained, nurtured, and expanded when those creating the project or business remain focused on the purity of their own original intentions. This oracle brings an assurance of success of the higher order, not just commercially, but from the heart. It will manifest as a highly valuable offer to the world. This applies to a project, endeavor, or organization in which you might be involved, or which you are involved. Your heart will help you realize which group or project it applies to. It may be more than one. However, you must stay focused. Enjoy the glittering lights of success, but don't be distracted by them. Stay on point with what you want to create and why. Stay true to yourself. That right there is the best statement that could ever be made in any day. Stay true to yourself. This oracle also brings another message. Don't be distracted by other paths around you at this time, as you are too close to succeeding on the one you are on now. Diluting your energies in the pursuit of too much will slow down your success, and the world needs your light to shine sooner rather than later. In time, you may diversify and explore other ways to express yourself, but for now, build what you are working on and know what success is coming, or know that success is coming swiftly. And then it gives you the healing process. So that is focus on the light. I know it pertains to, so focus on the light. That's everything I'm doing at this moment. So I am on track. Now we look to the tarot cards, just to see what the tarot cards say. Because a lot of times, brothers and sisters, fellow witches, non-believers, a lot of times the tarot card actually confirms the oracle card. So let's look. That is the Five of Cups. Let's see what the Five of Cups is. I think that's not a so good card. Five of Cups. He's focusing on the ones spilt and not the ones that he has behind you. He's sad. Loss and grief. Yep. Told you. Getting good with these cards. Getting really good with these cards. How many negative emotions can one card represent? Quite a few in this case of the Five of Cups. In a general context, the Five of Cups tarot card can represent sadness, loss, loneliness, and despair. When this card appears, it indicates that you are focusing on the negative. This may be the result of some sort of trauma or unwelcome change that you have suffered. As such, this card can signify heartbreak, divorce, or separation. The Five of Cups also tends to appear if you have suffered a recent bereavement, as it represents mourning and grief. It is the card of emotional baggage and instability. It can signify that you feel deep remorse, regret, anger, sorrow, and disappointment. It is also the minor arcana card of abundance and can either represent you being abandoned by someone significant to you, or you abandoning plans for people in your life. It can also signify loneliness or isolation. However, for all the negative connotations this card can bring, there is a positive message underneath it all. The figure depicted in the card is crying over the spilt cups, just what I said, and seems to be obvious to the fact that the two cups are still upright behind him. This is reminding you that no matter how bad things may seem, there is always a silver lining. You just have to choose to see it. I know what that's again spot on with the oracle cards, and I'll tell you why. Because as far as disappointment, everybody knows my situation. I got a message from the lawyer today stating that they can't help me until I guess I'm charged or whatever, and then it depends on that. So finding a civil rights lawyer has been like very hard. Like, how hard is it to find somebody that wants to stick up for your rights? Because again, I can prove the police report is false. Like, I just don't have the credibility, the mentality, the wordage to go into the court and talk to the court people like they want to be talked to. Like, I'm not that. I'm 8th grade education. Like, yeah, no, I wasn't into indoctrination back then, and I still ain't into indoctrination today. Everything I learned on the streets by my own damn self. And so that's why I need a lawyer. And it seems to be just one barricade after the next. But make no mistake, I'll go in there on the 8th by myself if I have to. And I will stand up for my rights, because I wrote the president, I wrote the attorney general, I wrote the state representative. The only one I've heard back from was the state representative, Perry Stanball. May the gods bless you, brother, in your office. Alright, so anyway, again, both cards are correct. I need to focus on the light. I need to focus on, the academy, the magic, and the things that are happening around me. but not let this get me down, because there's always a bright side. Like, now, that's another message. Let me separate this from the tarot, okay? I'll see you back here in another message.